All right, let's get started. Getting started, what is first? Do you have business challenges? Are you trying to grow your business or want to be your own boss but haven't yet found practical information? This fits a whole lot of people that are coming online trying to get things started, trying to get their own online business up. They come to us and say, I'm on information overload. I have got so much stuff going on inside my head. I don't know where to start. I don't have a clue what's next. That I've got to this place, but I don't understand what's coming up next. So we're going to be able to do our best to take care of those challenges that you're having and to keep you moving along and get that momentum back, or to even get that momentum started so you can start becoming your own boss and grow your own business. We're going to help you to overcome your obstacles and reach those dreams. It's not all about just dreaming of things. It's actually making those dreams become reality. But a lot of people right now, this is where they're at. They're lost. They're confused, unsure. They're unclear. Things are all perplexed in their mind. They're disoriented, bewildered. The list just goes on and on and on of what's going on inside of your head right now in trying to get this business up and running. But we're going to begin to make things clear for you right now. First of all, I need you to understand there is no magic pill. If you find a magic pill out there, first of all, you better market that magic pill and sell PLR to it, because I'll want it. There is no magic pill. Before we even get into this, do you have the drive to accomplish your goals? You've got to have the drive to get these goals accomplished, because there's going to be things that come up in your way that are going to do their best to stop you from doing what's going on. Just because you're all excited right now, you're ready to go, you're trying to get this business up and running, you're trying to make money online, does not mean that life is going to just stop and just let you just move slowly or go through this smoothly. It's going to do its best to throw its ugly little head in there and put up some roadblocks for you to stumble on, or some pitfalls to fall into. So you're going to have a drive that's going to really help you to achieve the success that you're looking for and to accomplish the goals that you're going to be setting for yourself. Question one to ask yourself before starting your internet business: why? And I want you to really pay attention to that first word. Why do I want my own internet marketing business? If you have no why, then there's no sense of even being here right now. There's no sense of even starting anything out if you have not a reason. I don't care what that why is. Maybe it's just to support your family, to have an extra income. Maybe it's to become your own boss, to really scale things in a big way, to start up a major business. Maybe your why is just that family that is sitting around you right now trying to figure out what in the world you are doing. What is that why that is going to help you achieve the success you're looking for? What interests, talents, skills, and strengths do I have that will assist me in running my own business? Before starting to think about your business, think about the qualities that you possess. What makes you tick? How that might help you to become a more successful business owner. Inventory the abilities that you already possess. And you might not even know what those abilities are right now, but you really need to stop, get yourself out a piece of paper and stuff, not right at this moment, but get yourself out a piece of paper, sit down sometime and start listing the skills that you have, the abilities that you have that you already know that you possess. If you can't figure them out, ask somebody. Say, hey, what do you notice as the abilities, my strong points that I have? And I really think that you're going to surprise yourself. Maybe it's a past job that you've had, the experience in your leadership, running. Maybe you've ran your own business before. What is it that you have, that you possess, that's going to help you to get this business up and going? Then think about all the ways that you can use them to grow your business, help others grow their business, and work with partners that lack your abilities. And that is a key factor here, is working with other people and working with partners that lack your abilities, because you in turn can work with partners that have the abilities that you lack. And that's what a lot of people don't get. They think they have to do this all by themselves. Get that thinking out of your mind. I tried that, it doesn't work. What are my strengths and my weaknesses? This ability is invaluable for the business owner. Recognize what you're good at and what you're not, and this is going to help you decide how to use your time and when to outsource to the experts outside professionals for help. If you're not strong in certain areas, you're not going to want to be spending your time spinning your wheels trying to get that going. If you're not a technical person like myself, you're not going to want to spend all day doing all the technical things. You're going to want to outsource that to somebody else so you can concentrate on the things that you're good at and the things that are going to help you get things going and moving and getting some money coming in. Now, a lot of people go, I can't afford to outsource to somebody else. I'm just going to have to try to figure this out on my own. But I want you to stop and think about something. You can't afford to not outsource and to get somebody else to do the things that you're unable to do, because the longer that it takes for you to get it up and running, the longer it's going to take for you to get an income coming in. You might have to spend a few bucks to get somebody to actually set your website up or whatever for you, but think about it. How much faster are you going to be able to get that money coming in when you're not doing it yourself, and it's something that you don't understand and you're just struggling over and over, and pretty soon what happens, you've struggled so long that you just plain give up. What good is that? What's that accomplish? And what happens, and a lot of people go, well, I don't got the money to do that, but then they turn around and go out and buy another course, that they're hoping will do something better for them. Think about outsourcing. Get it in your mind for the things that you cannot do. You focus on the strengths that you have. What skills do I need to learn or brush up on to run my business effectively? Recognize which skills you need to develop in order to run your business most effectively and efficiently. Identify the ones that are worth investing time into learning and which ones might be better off finding outside sources to perform. There may be a few things that you're going to want to learn. Maybe not right away, but as time goes through that, you might want to learn the technical things. So in case you can't find somebody to help you get things going and stuff in a pinch, that you're at least able to get that job done and get it accomplished and stuff until you can find somebody else to take a place. Maybe you've got somebody doing that and they decide that they're going to move on, and that leaves you in a pinch. You might want to be brushing up on some of these and learning a few of these skills on your way, so that in a pinch, you're able to run your business effectively. Do I enjoy challenges? Just face it, businesses provide constant challenges. I don't care if it's online or offline. Daily life provides challenges of just running a household, with a wife full of, with a house full of children provides challenges. If you enjoy a good challenge, it's going to energize you. So if you don't enjoy a challenge right now, this is going to be difficult. Get to the point where you really step up to the plate when the challenge hits and stuff, and really take that challenge on and have fun with it. If you enjoy a good challenge, it will energize you. If you don't, you may end up feeling as though you're engaged in a constant uphill battle. Look at these challenges as a learning experience for you, so that you're going to be overcome. And this is saved for the end, but I'm going to tell you right now up front, when these challenges hit you, you're going to be saying to yourself, I just can't get this thing done. Get that kind of thinking out of your mind right now. Get the kind of thinking that you're going to have fun, that you're going to accomplish these challenges that come up against you, and you're going to be amazed at what really starts happening. Number 6, will I be doing work that is meaningful and really interests and excites me? When you're engaged in doing something rewarding, it helps to motivate you to keep going even when things do get tough. So when those challenges, you're faced with those challenges stuff, if you're doing something that's meaningful and really interests you, it's going to raise some excitement in you anyways. You're already going to be excited about it, and you're going to want to move forward with this. So start by getting back in touch with your values and see if there is any synergy between them and the things that you're doing in your business. If not, see how you can spin things so that there really is. I remember when I first got started, I was not excited even after I made a lot of money online. I was not excited about what I was doing. I was excited about making money, but I was not excited about what I was doing until I found a webinar, and until I got to the place where I decided that I wanted to teach, and that I wanted to really open up and start teaching other people exactly what it is I did. And once I did that, I found something that excited me. It's something that I felt good about when I got at the end of the day, that the accomplishments that I created and that I achieved. I felt good about getting up in the morning, all excited about what I was doing. And before that, man, I just wanted to sit on the couch. I didn't even want to open the computer up because I was just totally lost. And this was after I made a lot of money online. So will you be doing work that is meaningful and really interests and excites you? Do you have a money-making idea? This is very, very important. A lot of people have a lot of ideas, but just because you have an idea in your head does not mean it's going to be making you any money. A good business idea addresses a problem, and I want you to remember that. A good business idea addresses a problem. So you're going to have to do some research. We're going to show you how to do this, but you're going to have to do some research. Find out the problems that your targeted market are having, and then create that idea around that, because it has to solve a problem. It has to solve a need or a pain that a particular group of people or companies face. The problem must be significant enough to warrant spending money to solve or alleviate. So in other words, whatever you do, this problem that they're having has to be significant enough to that person that's showing up to your website to make them want to pull out that credit card and buy that idea that you have right now, the solution to their problem. There's a lot of problems out there. If you're just seeing one or two people having the same problem, that might not be something that you want to start up into. But when you find a majority of the people, a big crowd of people, a well-targeted group of people having the same kind of problems, then you've got a good audience right there that is going to be ready to spend money on what you're having. So before bringing a new product or service to the market, test your ideas and make sure that they're profitable. And I'm going to be explaining a good way a little bit later on how you can absolutely know that you have a money-making idea. Who are my ideal target customers? Every business has got to have customers. I don't care if it's online or offline. If you get an offline store even without customers, how long is that going to take? A majority of the businesses that go out of business is because they have a lack of paying customers coming in. A lot of times people will start up a restaurant. If you don't do enough business, if you don't get enough traffic in there, the restaurant's not going to make it. It's going to close down. It's the same thing online. You can have all the websites that you want, but if you do not have targeted customers and a large number of them showing up to your website, it's going to be hard for you to succeed, and you're going to find yourself closing down just like an offline business would be doing. Successful businesses know exactly how to describe who their best customers are. They know how to describe the pain they're feeling and what they need, want, desire, and willing to pay for. And a lot of the times, part of the reason that you're going to be able to describe some of this pain, and depends on the market, is because you're going to know, because of the interest that you have, the pains that they're already going through, because you've probably been through them enough already. You understand what your ideal target customer is going through. And if you don't already, you have got to do some research, and you have got to get to that point where you do understand what's going on so that you can effectively market to that target customer to make them realize that you have the solution to the problem that they're having. Who's my competition? Learn everything that you possibly can about the competition. You have to learn about the other people that are in the field, that same niche, who provide similar products or services to the same ideal customer that you just described and just found out. You've got to be able to direct. There's going to be, you have to know who your indirect competition is and your direct competition. A direct competition would be somebody, let's say we have two people that are teaching a list building course or teaching making money online. Those are direct competition. They're looking for the same exact targeted audience. They're going to have a lot of the same similar type products and stuff they're going to have. That's a direct competition. It would be like two Pizza Huts or two pizza places sitting next door to each other out on the street. That's direct competition. Maybe an indirect competition would be something where, let's stick with our pizza place. Right down the road, there's maybe a Chinese restaurant. They're still the same kind of competition, but they're more indirect. They're looking for the same kind of crowd coming along. They're looking for people that are hungry, wanting some food to feed their bellies. But they're not quite, but they're the pizza place is looking for somebody looking for the Italian, looking for wanting a good pizza, where the other one is going to be targeting more of the crowd that's looking for the Chinese at that time. So they're going to be going after a similar but a little bit different of a crowd. That's more of an indirect competition. But you've got to know who your competition is and what they're offering and what's going on. What do I offer that the competition doesn't? What makes my services or products unique above my competitors? And a lot of people have a very hard time with this. When you ask a student, what is it that your product offers that nobody else does? And they're going, well, I really don't know. It's kind of the same thing that everybody's got out there and stuff. Well, then why would somebody leave somebody that they've been with for a long time, that they already know, like, and trust, and then come over to you to buy your product when they've already are happy with where they're at? Think about the millions of emails that come into people's inboxes every single day. You've got to have something that's going to stand out above the crowd, stand out above the competition. It's not that hard to do. And I don't care if you're just starting out, this is possible for you to achieve. But you've got to offer something that the competition doesn't. This is your unique selling proposition. It's what you'll use to make your prospective customers buy your product or services instead of buying from the competition. Why should your customers make you their marketer of choice? And while we're talking about competition, before we move on from the competition, I want you to understand there's two ways to basically compete. You can be the average Joe out there and you can go head to head, toe to toe with the main competition out there. And that's just what the average person does. They come in and they go, okay, we got Joe Blow over here that he's one of them big gurus out there. My job is to compete against him and to take him down. That is not what you're going to do. If you even think about trying to go in there, you're going to fail miserably because you're not going to take the major competition down. You need to find out how you can complement the major competition out. How are your services and your offers going to complement that person so that when they might look at your product, your competition looks at your product and say, hey, that's a cool product. And the product, I've got a product over here that's similar to this, but what you're offering really complements this. I would like to be an affiliate for you if possible and put your product into my product funnel or my product ladder, whatever you want to call it there. So they'll position your product, if it complements theirs, in theirs. And that's the best thing to do. So know who your competition is, know what they've got, their offers, and you make something that is going to complement them. The best way to be competitive is to compete against yourself. Don't go head to head, toe to toe with the big competition. You compete against yourself. And what I mean by that is every day you strive for your company and your products to be the best that you can even ever imagine. That so when somebody shows up, they look at that and there's that big wow factor there. It's like, wow, look at what that guy has got to offer. Look what that lady's got to offer. I have not seen that, and that is really going to help me. It's that unique selling propositions that when they see that, it's got the urgency, everything's there that says I have to have it right now before I move on. And that's what's going to really help you against the competition, and is to complement them and to compete against yourself. You need to be your major competition. Have I established business goals? Setting goals is an important part of any business plan. But setting a goal is only part of the picture. Achieving goals is even more important. Learn how to identify which goals are important enough to commit to and systematically work toward them by breaking them down into steps and establishing timelines. Identify the resources that you need and the benchmarks for success. Now, we just discussed a lot of things in that little sentence that I talked about, and all I had on here was, have I established a business goal? If I was to ask most of you on this call right now, especially if you're just starting out, you don't understand what's going on, what your goal is, you wouldn't even know what it is, let alone your business goal. You would tell me, just like we discussed earlier, that my goal is to maybe make money online, or it's to make a couple $1,000 a month, or to be able to pay off my bills. Maybe your goal is to set up a website, but there's so much to it, more to it than just saying this is my goal. What you're describing is an end goal, or maybe a goal in between the end goal. You're not establishing any goals whatsoever. They have got to be in a place where you can establish timelines for you to be able to see that you're getting to those places in a timely manner. So if you said it's something here to be able to accomplish in the week, when you get to that week, did you accomplish that goal? If not, do you need to, you're going to need to extend it. What do I need to do to achieve it within that time that I'm going to extend it? So you might even be adding more to that goal. You need to have benchmarks for success so that when you're going along, getting through these goals that you're going to be writing out for yourself, that you actually see yourself achieving something each and every day, that you see yourself accomplishing, getting closer to that end goal that you've established for yourself. That's what's going to drive you. That's what's going to excite you and really give you that energy and what you need to finally be successful. Am I a self-starter? When you have your own business, there's no boss or no manager to tell you what to do and when to do it, unless you've got a spouse maybe that's sitting there that's telling you to get up from that computer. That happens to me all the time. Get up from that computer. You've been sitting there all day. Other than that, you have nobody else that's going to sit there and tell you how to run your day. You're it. Are you a self-starter? To get your business off and running, you'll have to motivate yourself to getting things going, especially in the mornings. Things are going to come up during your day. You're going to get sidetracked. You've got to be able to get yourself going again. These are not examples of self-starters, but these are examples of a lot of people that are trying to run a business online. They think I'm my own boss. The day is mine. I'll get to it when I absolutely have to. If I don't get to it in the day, I'll do it in the middle of the night. Well, what happens is we find ourselves taking a nap. We find ourselves getting caught up in the soap operas, whatever, not only on TV, but the soap operas of life. And we find ourselves not accomplishing anything whatsoever. And that nighttime that we said, well, if I don't get it accomplished during the day, I'll do it during the night. We find ourselves so tired that we sit there behind that computer just staring at it, and we don't have the energy or the motivation that we had when we first woke up. And if you are doing something, back to what we were talking about earlier, something meaningful and something that excites you, it's going to help you, give you the drive to get started in the morning and get doing the things that you're excited about getting done and getting you going to finally start making some money online. But trust me, even if you're saying to yourself, that's not going to happen to me, there's going to be moments that you're going to find yourself just like this, and it's going to start become habit forming if you don't watch it. I know from experience. All right, let's talk about our goals for just a little bit, because it's actually something that is very, very important and probably one of the most important things that we're going to be talking about here tonight. What is a business goal? A business goal basically clearly describes actions to be taken or tasks to be accomplished. A business will have a number of goals, each describing a desired future condition toward which efforts are directed. So that's basically a goal is going to be talking about, it's describing a future condition toward which your efforts are directed. So you're going to be able to see what you want to accomplish in the future, and it's going to tell you how you're going to get there. It's going to be the actions that you need to take to get that goals accomplished. If the goals are accomplished, then the business should be successful. And let me reword that. If it's accomplished, your business will be successful. So it clearly describes actions to be taken or tasks to be accomplished. I want to make money online. Does that clearly describe the action that you need to be taken to make money online? Not even close. Describes a desired future condition toward which efforts are directed, and without a goal, you will find yourself accomplishing very little. And if you're sitting in that position right now, and I want you to stop and think about the position that you're in right now, trying to get your efforts going. Are you sitting there finding yourself accomplishing very little from day to day? If so, my guess is that you do not have a clearly described action steps to be taken to get that goals accomplished. They're your goals, and you need to design them to fit you and your business. We're going to be laying out basically the step-by-step process throughout this whole training. But you need to understand that just because we lay out the system, the blueprint for you to follow and stuff, that does not mean that you're not going to have completely different goals from that person that might be listening right beside you. These are your goals. You need to design them to fit you and your business. And a good example of this, if you are not a technical person, you are going to put in your goals, find somebody else to outsource the technical, setting up my website. I'm going to do this by maybe going to odesk.com and putting an ad out there for somebody to hire somebody to be able to set up my website. Or maybe I'm going to go to a forum or someplace that I can advertise and let somebody know that I need help to get the help that I need to set up my website. You're not going to put in your goal, I'm going to set up my website today, because if you do, you need to describe who's going to be setting up that website and how it's going to get accomplished if you don't know how to do it. That person sitting next to you might fully be the most technical person that there is. They're going to be able to set things up with. And that person, I want you to understand, when you find that person, that is a great person to partnership with, to form a JV partner with, that is going to be able to really help drive your business forward. Goal setting has two basic purposes. The first purpose is to establish a measure or a way to evaluate the success of your business. You must be able to track it and see that it is aligned with your success. If you do not do this, you're going to find yourself not seeing yourself accomplishing anything from day to day. And you're probably sitting there raising your hand right now saying, I've been sitting here for a long time and I don't see myself accomplishing anything. You might have been accomplishing some small steps forward, but without having a way to measure them, a way to see that you're actually doing that, you're not going to even realize that you've actually accomplished anything. You're going to get depressed. You're going to basically start thinking about quitting or moving on to something else and spending more money on another course that you probably wouldn't even need, because what you had right in front of you probably was the help that you needed, but you didn't have any way to establish or measure or evaluate the success of your business. One of the best things that I like to do is to put up a whiteboard and stuff, and so many people will do the same thing. They will clearly set out their goals, step-by-step process of the thing to do. If you're starting out your day, maybe you do this on a daily plan also. You can set on a piece of paper, whatever it is, on a separate whiteboard, whatever. Write down the daily things that you want to accomplish. Set out a timeline when you want to accomplish them by. And how you're going to achieve it, who's going to achieve what's going on every single thing, every step of that way. And as you achieve something, you cross it off. You go to the next one and you cross it off. Now, the thing that you need to understand, when you cross one of those things off, you celebrate like there's no tomorrow, like it's something major that you just accomplished. And in all reality, the littlest things are the major things, because those are moving you forward to that desired end goal in the long run. The second purpose is to set different priorities for all involved. You need to decide who will be accountable for the accomplishments of each goal that you set. If you do not do this, if you do not make it clear who's responsible for what's going on in your business and who's supposed to accomplish what, and make those people accountable, set things in place to make sure that they're accountable, everybody's going to be confused. Nobody's going to be on the same page, and you're going to all be sitting there spinning your wheels. You're going to be mad at each other, and you're going to be mad at yourself because you didn't set this up in the first place to get yourself moving. You're going to find yourself having to do it all yourself. If you don't set priorities for all involved, so basically if you've got a partner and if you've got somebody else doing something for it, you say, hey, this is a priority. Here's what you have to do first. This is the start of the day. You need to accomplish this before you move on to it. How they're going to accomplish it, be clear as to what they need to do. If you do not make it clear to the person that is doing the that you're outsourcing to, they're not going to understand it. They're going to do it the way that they feel it should be done. Nobody's going to be happy because you're not going to be happy with your results. They're not going to be happy because you're probably going to start screaming that you're not going to pay them and you're going to make them do it all over again. So make sure that you set different priorities for everybody involved and who needs to do what and how they're going to be accountable for accomplishing each one of these. Your business goals need to be challenging. Your business goals need to say what is going to be done during the day. It has to say what is going to be done in a step-by-step fashion, and it's got to be set in a priority. So if there's things that have to get done first, make sure that you're going to do them. But what is going to be done? Your goals need to be very, very specific, like we were just talking about. They've got to be laid out in a very plain, clear. It's just like a call to action on a sales page. You have got to be very clear because a lot of people do not understand, even though you might think that it was as simple as click here. In your mind, how simple can it get? But to that person, especially if they're new or they don't understand what you're doing specifically, that's not as clear. And it's the same as in goal. Setting your goals, you've got to be very specific so that everybody understands and is on the same page. Examples of goals for you to set. Create an online internet marketing business that will deliver high quality products to my customers. Find the products that my customers want to buy. Now, I want you to pay attention to these as we're going through, and I want you to be thinking about something. Create a website for my product that my customer can easily find. Make it a pleasurable experience once they land on my site. Create a good relationship with my list of subscribers that have chosen to opt in so they become responsive buying customers. That's an awesome goal to have. Put in place a management structure and work with joint venture partners to accomplish my goals more efficiently and profitably. Now, those are great examples of goals to set. Those are more like long-term goals because there's something missing in each one of these goals. And these are a lot of times what people are going to set. What's missing in these goals, though? What is missing in each one of these is the how it's going to get done, who's going to be doing it, the exact, laying it out step by step in a clear, actionable steps of what's going to be accomplished. It's a great goal to create good relationships with your list of subscribers. But how are you going to do that? Are you going to do it through your follow-up messages? If so, who's going to write your follow-up messages? Are you going to do that? How are you going to lay that follow-up series out? Is it going to be boom, 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 one every 7 days and then skip a couple? Or are you going to, do you know the market that you're in right now? Do they accept it like that? Or is it going to be more smarter for you to maybe stagger it a little bit, so you're sending out one for a couple days in a row, then you maybe skip a day or so? What are the steps that you're going to take exactly step by step, how to achieve creating good relationships with your list of subscribers? Are you going to be giving them extra value? Okay, if that's the case, are you going to create products? Are you going to go out and find PLR that's already done? And if so, where are you going to find it? What's it going to be? Everything needs to be laid out in a step-by-step plan. All right, how is your mindset right now? Ask yourself I want you to stop and really think about your days. Can you or can't you because you are the one that's in control. And we're going to get into this a lot deeper here coming up. But right now, you need to start thinking about this before you even get started. What is your mindset right now? Can you or can't you? You're the one that's in control of your own mind. And the problem of it is that so many of us are not in control of our minds right now. We're letting circumstances control it. We're letting other people that are around us full of negativity and the relationships that we have in our lives control what our mind's thinking. And we need to be able to take charge of that mind and start thinking in a whole, complete different way. A lot of people get started, they're excited. And you start checking them on their mindset. Oh, don't worry about my mindset. It's fine. It's great. I'm excited. I'm ready to go. But the first thing that comes along that beats them down a little bit, they find themselves full of negativity. They find themselves just dazed and confused and not sure what's going on. And they're pretty soon it's like, man, I am never going to be able to get this done. I just can't do this after all. Man, everybody else was right. They kept telling me that this was crazy, that they're right, man. I'm not going to be able to do this. And the moment that you start saying things like that, you are going to be exactly right. You need to begin with a fresh new way of thinking. I can get it done. I don't care if you don't understand how it's going to be accomplished. You're going to say when you come up against a challenge, this looks a little difficult right now, but I'm going to get it done. And when somebody comes up against you and says, man, you're not going to be able to do that, are you? Oh, yes, I will. I don't know how yet. I don't know who's going to do it, but I will get this done. Most importantly, I'm going to find a way, because that's going to start changing that mindset when you start thinking things a little bit differently. And I want you to really consciously start hearing what you're saying. I think you're going to be surprised at how many times you find yourself saying, I can't do it. I remember when I first got started, how many times that I said, man, I can't do that. I was told basically to pack up and go home then, or just stop, because if the more I was going to continue to say I can't, the more that I was, just going to sit spinning the wheels. And guess what? If you say you can't, you're absolutely right. You cannot do it. If that's your kind of thinking, that's probably one of your biggest problems, besides your setting your goals, is that mindset that you have right now of not understanding of what's going on and how to control it to actually get things going for you. You need to surround yourself with positive people. If you're going to start your own online business, I don't care what it is. I don't care if it's daily life. You need to start surrounding yourself with positive people. You need to get rid of the negativity in your life. And if you stop and think about your life, the people that are in your life right now, I guarantee you, you can find somebody and point somebody out that's in your, you have a relationship that probably is full of negativity. You have got to get that negativity out of your life. You've got to get rid of it. You need to step up to that person and say, listen, I can't deal with that. I love you, but I cannot deal with that. I am never going to be able to succeed, just like you're telling me, if you don't stop filling me with negativity. I've got to be able to remove this from my mind so that I can start moving forward. Either the relationships in your life and in your business right now are truly supporting you, or they are not. And you might have somebody that's in your life that totally does not understand what you are doing at all. All they see you is out there buying products. You're not making any money yet, and they're sitting there going, when are you going to make some money? When are you going to stop doing this? When are you going to quit? I don't even have a clue what you're doing. Do you even have a clue what you're doing? And why don't you just plain give up and quit? Because you know what? I don't see any future in what you're doing. If those kind of the relationships are in your life are not supporting you, either a relationship is truly supporting you or they're not. And you need to find yourself and surround yourself with people that are supporting you. If your spouse is not supporting you, you better find a coaching program. You better find something to get into, a mentor, somebody that understands what's going on, and get them. Now, the best thing that you can do for those people that are in your life that do not understand what you're doing is for you to sit down, explain to them just as best as you can. A lot of times you might not even understand what you're doing yet. but you need to get them on the same page with you. You need to do the best that you can in describing to them what you're trying to accomplish, the goals that you're doing. And when you've got a goal set out, it's going to be able to you're going to be easily able to show that person. I'm like, oh, come here, come into my office or come to my desk a minute. Look at this board here that I got, or this paper, this goals I got set out. Let me read these to you and explain to you exactly what's going on. Afterwards, they still might not get it. They still might not even be interested in it, but at least they might understand what's going on a little bit more so that they can support you. You've got to ask people that are not supporting you, please support me, or just just stay out of my business and stuff at this moment, because I can't deal with that kind of negativity right now. Do not let others hold you down with their doubts and their expectations. You have more strengths and potential than anyone could possibly ever imagine. And this is so true. Other people are going to hold you down with their doubts and their expectations of you. And even people's expectations can hold you down. A lot of the times, people can really go overboard. I had a kid that was getting ready to go into the Marine Corps, and I was sitting there saying, man, you have got so much potential. I expect you to come out of there as the guide of your platoon. I was in the Marine Corps before, and I knew what was going on. And he just was that type of person. And I filled him with so many expectations that pretty soon he was like doubting whether or not that he was going to be able to do what he was doing. So you got to be careful about that. Other people are going to place their doubts. They're going to place their expectations on you. What you need to understand from the very beginning is that you have more strengths and potential than anyone could ever possibly imagine. It's there. It might be coming from past experiences that you had, but trust me, it's going to be, it's there. One is taught by experience to put a premium on those people that truly appreciate you for who and what you are. That was a saying by Gail Godwin. But one is taught by experience to put a premium on those few people who can truly appreciate you for what you are. So those are the type of people that you want to surround yourself with, that really appreciate you for who you are. And the biggest thing about it, you need to start appreciating you for who you are. Get to know those strengths that you have. Get to know the potential you have. You have so much value to offer right now. You're coming in with the fresh new eyes, a fresh new maybe skills that other people do not have, that they've been just sitting there waiting, looking for those skills that you have. Leave excuses to the old you. It's time to really discover the authentic you. You need to start dropping your defense and face life as you are. Just as you are, there's going to be some learning things that you're going to have to go through, but right now, you are who you are. And today, right now, is the starting point for you. I don't care if you've been doing this forever. I don't care if you've been trying to get something up and running. Today is the very beginning of the growth of the building of your business. From this day forward, it's the starting point. It's going to really start taking off for you. I really believe that, but you've got to start forgetting these excuses and stuff that you've got going on. Really be conscious of listening to yourself and hearing these excuses that you have. You need to give up all the impulses you have to quit. A lot of times we go through a program, and if it doesn't do exactly what we want to do, we're ready to quit and just plain give up on it. Well, how about finding out what else could have been done? Maybe something went wrong in the things that you were doing. Maybe your goals, whatever. Stop giving up all the impulses. You just have to quit and move on to something different all the time. That's going to really create havoc in your business growth. Believe in yourself. Either you truly believe in yourself or you don't. If you're doubting yourself, you're not believing in yourself. You have got to be the one that believes in yourself. I can sit here all day and tell you how much value you have to offer. I can sit here all day and say, I believe in you. I mentor teens, and I can sit there and tell those teenagers, you know what? I believe in you. I believe that you've got so much value to offer in life. But unless you truly believe in yourself, you don't. And you're not stepping up to the plate and really making things start to happen. You have got to be the one that starts knowing who you are and believing and trusting in yourself to be able to get what you need to get accomplished done. Either you're really stepping up to the plate or you're backing down. Which one is it? If you're gonna play a game of ball, either you're gonna step up to that plate and hit the ball, or at least give it your best try, or you're gonna back down from that plate and be scared of that ball from hitting you or whatever. A lot of times you see these little kids starting out in a ball game and stuff. They see that pitcher already, and the first thing they do is they back away from the plate because they're scared that that ball's going to hit them. They're afraid of what's going to happen or whatever. So in business, it's the same exact way. When you step up to the plate to grow that business, either you're stepping up, you're facing the fears that you have, and you're facing them and developing courage to step through those fears and to defeat them, or you're backing down and you're letting those fears defeat you. Which one are you doing right now? Which one are you doing right now? Are you stepping up to the plate or are you backing down? Keep on backing down and you're never going to hit that home run that you're set out to hit when you stepped up to the plate the first time. Know your story. Everybody on this call, everybody listening to this training right now has a story. What is your story? I've got a story. It helped me in my first product, and it really helped relate to other people. Your story is going to relate to your target audience. The main characters in your stories, you need to ask this question. The main character in your story, which is going to be you, what have they always dreamed of? Write that down. What is that main character, which is you? What have they always dreamed of? What makes my story unique and utterly different from other people's stories? Maybe you've got a similar story to somebody else. You can say, well, I lost my job and I'm lost all my house and everything. My wife left me, and the dog died, everything else. And I hope that's not you that we're describing on the call right now. But what about you makes your story unique and utterly different from everybody else's story that's going to have that same story? Because right now, with the way that the economy is and everything going on out there, you got to face it. There's going to be other people that are going through similar experiences and have similar stories. So what is it about your story that makes you unique? Realize that you have value to offer. I want to cover this again because so many times when you ask somebody, what do they bring to the plate to offer? They go, I don't know. I don't have a clue. I really don't know. I'm just going to give this my best try, and hopefully I find something along the way. You've been brainwashed by society into thinking that there's more wrong with you than there is right with you. And it's been instilled in us growing up. I've never seen such a generation that has been brainwashed into thinking that there's more wrong with them. They're down, depressed, and everything else. And that's not just the young people. It's the older people that are coming up. They're sitting there in a life thinking, they'll look in the mirror and all they can see is everything wrong with them. And it's not because they put it there. It's because society put it in there and it's told them what was wrong with them, and they started believing in it. You need to explore the intricate details of all the strengths that you have. Those strengths that you have. Maybe it's talking. Maybe somebody says, man, don't you ever shut up. All you do is talk. Well, guess what? You've probably got a good skill right there that you can harness. I'm not talking about somebody that's just totally annoying that just goes on and they have nothing good to say, but there's a skill that you can have. Maybe you like to teach. You like to mentor people. That's probably something that's going to be able to really help you in your business, and someplace, maybe a direction that you're going to want to head in. So really explore the intricate details of your strengths. If you don't know what they are, find the people that are supporting you in your life, the positive people in your life, and say, hey, I'm having a problem figuring out my strengths. What are they? If you're working for somebody right now in a job or whatever, go to that boss, say, hey, what kind of strengths do you see that I have that you see me and my daily performances? What are those strengths? A lot of times they're going to be able to tell you. Maybe it's great leadership. Maybe you're just one of those people that people just follow, and that that when you say something, they're right there ready to listen, and when they trust you and they really feel that you're a great leader. And that is a huge strength to have, especially in this business. You have magic within you. Trust me on that. You've got magic within you. Life is not about what we can get. It's about what we can give. And I want you to start thinking about that right now. this business that you're about to set up, these goals that you're about to ready to accomplish, it's not about what you're going to get. It's getting to that place that you can give. What would it mean to you to be able to maybe have somebody in your life that had a terminal disease or something, to be able to get to a place where you can maybe have hold some kind of a benefit, or just be able to sponsor that benefit, to be able to contribute to that, to help somebody else out there. So many times we wish we could do something to give to other people and to help other people out, but we're not even in a place that we can give anything, because we don't feel we have anything. We've got to be able to get to ourselves to that place where we can give. And the more we start giving, the more you're going to find that your business, that your life is going to start reaping the harvest and benefits, and that you're going to even be able to continue to give more. And that's what you need to strive for, is to get yourself to the point where you can give, and stop thinking about what it is that I can get, because I don't got nothing right now. I just got to get something for myself. Don't even start from the very beginning looking at it like that. Think about the things that you're going to be doing and how you're going to accomplish that, so you're going to be able to give to somebody else later down the road. It's not about competing. It's about contributing, just like we were talking about our competitors. Something that complements other people. Not competing all the time, but complementing and contributing. It's not about the applause, for everybody to say, when you stand up, say, hey, look at me, everybody. Give me the applause. Do you see what I just did? It's about putting your hands together for other people, and that whole saying right there was a great friend of mine by name of Brendan Burchard. Life is not about what we can get. It's about what we can give. It's not about competing. It's about contributing. It's not about the applause. It's about putting your hands together for other people and helping them, even in their own businesses. When you see something that you can do for somebody else's business, step up to the plate and help them out. Because you're going to find that they're going to turn around and say, hey, what can I do for you? And you're going to form some amazing partnerships, and then and only then are you really going to see the magic really start happening within you. If you can't figure something out, ask. Do not sit there going, I just can't figure this out. I can't do this. Ask somebody. There's always somebody out there. If it's not somebody that you bought a product from or whatever, don't just throw the product away or whatever. You invested in that product or whatever. Use that thing, but find somebody. Maybe go to a forum, the support desk, wherever you go for that product. Find somebody to help you. So many times there's so many different things right in our own community that can help us set up a website. There's tech schools and things that are going out there that's got kids learning different things, and that could help us out. Find somebody just to ask. If that's what it takes, go to these tech schools and stuff. Say, hey, this is what I'm trying to accomplish. Do you have any kind of programs or any students in there that could help me out with something like this? Go to the forum and say, hey, I'm having some difficulty here. Instead of saying, hey, I can't do this, go to the forum saying, I'm having some difficulty here. Is there anybody here that is skilled in this that could help me get this figured out and stuff, so I can start moving on? Because the moment you stop asking is the moment that you're going to self-sabotage. Do not self-sabotage by just sitting there not ever asking. I don't know how many times I've sat there on coaching calls and students sat there in complete silence with question after question after question going through their mind, but they were too scared to ask. Even on a call where they were not even going to be identified, nobody would even know who they were. They sat there frozen in fear of even asking the questions that they have. You have got to get over that. You've got to be able to ask them. If you're not able to move forward, how are you going to keep going forward unless you can ask for help and get things going? So do not self-sabotage.